All right, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's weekly Everyman crossword. Let's see what Everyman has for us. Sun, clumsy, far from, alert. Well, sun is usually S, so do we then put a word for clumsy? And it's going to mean far from alert. Soporific, sleepy. No. Let's try the downs. Given a fizzy drink. All right, I think it's going to be a fizzy drink. Cola, soda. I think a git is a sod, term of abuse. Given a for a fizzy drink. That reminds me back in school in Ireland for our yearly talent show. I talked some friends into getting up and we performed a song called Jock McSod. I'm sure it was terrible, but we thought we were great. Anyway, regularly unteach Mormons found in this state is the definition. And if you take all the odd letters from unteach, you get Utah. Let's try sweet book with Sussex setting. Oh, I think it's going to be a suite. And it's also the title, excuse me, of a book set in Sussex. Something fool. Raspberry fool. No, I don't see it. Oh, well, here we have a U for our sun, clumsy. Well, lumbering could be clumsy, or I suppose moving in a clumsy way, and that would give slumbering, that fits. I'm not sure, far from alert. I suppose slumbering, why not? All right, how about, possesseth headgear, 'tis put on horse. Yeah, it's interesting. Why is it using the oldie-timey verbiage? I mean, headgear. Yeah, put on a horse. A horse might be H for heroin, also known as horse. Yeah, so I think what it is hath. So possesseth, it's saying use the form of a word used at the same period of history as possesseth. That means the same thing. Headgear is a hat. I think that I was thinking we were going to use those letters, but I think it's just getting in the spirit of the time period. So the hat is put on H. All right. Oh, let's try these downs actually. Oh, I skipped over. Oh, yeah, let's try agreed. That's an extract from it. Ooh, do we need to solve 3 down first? Yeah, I think we do. Oh, but the book now. Book with Sussex setting with a B. I'm thinking of Brighton Rock by Graham Greene. I suppose that would be a suite. Is Brighton in Sussex? Let me pause and look that up. Yes, it is indeed. So let's go ahead with Brighton Rock. Oh, and then within Brighton Rock, we have Right On, which is a sort of hippie-ish way of agreeing with somebody. Do people still say right on? Maybe they do. All right, Safari Center sees Everyman, fatigue, abrupt, Scotsman, after capsizing. Well, the capsizing, I'm thinking we're going to reverse everything. Everyman can be I, and if that then becomes the end, I'm thinking the Safari Center might be Nairobi. And we have I for everyman. Oh, fatigue abrupt is bore. To bore somebody might be to fatigue them, but that is shortened, and then the Scotsman is Ian. All right. Accepting only some commands of orthodontists, etc. I think it might be a double meaning. Straightforward might be accepting only some. And then also maybe humorously, it's commands of orthodontists, etc. I'm thinking of something like open wide or say or what is accepting only some? All are. No. All right, how about fake? Some deaths where people might be living. I do notice some deaths has 10 letters, and fake might be. I don't think I've seen fake used as an anagram indicator before, but I think we are going to, because I can see we have the letters of homesteads where people might be living. All right, back to the acrosses. All right, pulling, wrestling move that binds. I'm thinking pulling is drawing, pulling something towards you, drawing it towards you. Oh, a wrestling move is a pin, and a drawing pin is something that binds things together. I think that's only used in British English. I don't think it's used in the US. I may be wrong. All right, first man, well, ending in M, 4 letters, to block America first. Well, Adam surely is the first man. To block something, block a river is to dam, but then you put A for America first. All right. Ooh, so now add, and, aid. Oh, something like and no other or something, accepting only some. Yeah, I don't quite see it. How about angry Charlotte and King Edward's unwanted issues? Angry, I think, might also be an anagram indicator, although maybe it's hot could be angry. But I think Charlotte is 9 letters. King Edward would be Edward Rex, ER. That would give us 11. Unwanted issues. It might be hot. I think it must be. Oh no, we'd only have 1 O from Charlotte. Yeah, Yeah, I'm not sure now if it is an anagram of Charlotte. Unwanted issue, of course, can be a child, so could it be unwanted children? I don't think so. Oh, hot potatoes are metaphorically things that you want to pass on to somebody else. So I think angry is hot. I think a Charlotte must be a potato. And king. Oh, And King Edward is definitely a potato I've heard of. Oh my God, I don't know why my brain didn't make that connection. But yes, Charlotte and King Edward are examples of potatoes. Very clever. Let's try a long, powerful harmonic object rendered naturally, principally. All right, this is Everyman's signature clue type with the principally. We take the first letter of each of the 7 first words and it spells out Alphorn, and those words also describe it. All right, tedious, far side of Stromboli, disruptive smoker. Ooh. I'm thinking tedious is the definition. The far side of Stromboli might simply be the last letter of Stromboli, the I. But then what's 6 letters for a disruptive smoker? Obviously a volcano, but not that. Yeah, I don't get it. All right, how about they describe pupils' behavior, explosions, gunshot, etc. Well, I'm wondering if it's pupils as in the part of the eye. And it's something like opticians, or they describe. No, I'm not seeing it. Ripped off like a dart. I think it's going to be I think this is a double definition, ripped off, which could be cheated, but then like a dart, pointed, flighted, oh, yeah, I'm not getting it. All right, let me go back. I paused there to sip my coffee and I looked again at 7 down and I realized, ooh, some can indicate a hidden clue. And within commands of orthodontists, we have and so forth. So that's very cleverly hidden, I think. And then, wow, oh, accepting only some is all part of the indicator that it's a hidden clue. And the definition is etc. Oh, that's brilliant. And the answer is and so forth. Wow, I like that. How about shrinking, baked good, it'll keep you in shape? Oh. Something diet? Yeah, I'm thinking it'll keep you in shape is the definition, but what is shrinking? No, don't see it. Director, light-hearted fellow, equips places with milkmaids. I'm thinking it might be a famous director. Not David Lean, David something. Oh, a light-hearted fellow. Happy Gilmore. No, and then equips places with milkmaids. Something dairy. Yeah. Oh, yes, actually, I think. Yeah, I think director might simply be D. I think that is an acceptable abbreviation. Light-hearted might be airy, and then is something for equips, and I think it is going to be dairy. Dairy farms. A fellow, I should have remembered, can be abbreviated to F. And if you equip someone, you arm them. All right, inflamed, each leches, mostly shown, involuntary movement. Yeah, I think inflamed might be the definition. I'm thinking the involuntary movement is going to be a tick, which makes a nice ending for a word. Inflamed. So then what's going to be each leches mostly? And then what's a word for inflamed? Something P. I'm thinking SP, but no, don't see it. Let's go back to the crosses. Ooh, euros for brioche. Ah, yes, I suppose a brioche might be French bread. I don't think it is exactly. However, bread being slang for money, then euros would be French bread. Splenetic for 14 down. No. Okay. As delivered, proper ceremony. I'm thinking a ceremony could be a rite. Ah, yes. So as delivered is a very sneaky homophone indicator, delivering as in speaking. So you might hear someone say RIGHT for proper, but it sounds like the right. Hoarding Williams canned food. I'm thinking it's going to mean hoarding. Oh, a hoarding, of course. I was thinking just the surface is suggesting storing up, hoarding food. But I think a hoarding, of course, can also be a billboard. Or bill something for William. Hoarding bill. What else might they call it? Oh, I think it is billboards. Now, hoarding is singular. That's the only thing that gives me pause. Why would we have a plural answer? But I think it is Bill S, so Williams, and that has canned or surrounded board, which can mean food in bed and board. So let's finish the acrosses. Nauseous, oily, not a little lugubrious. Yeah, so I think it's sick for nauseous. And oily, I think, is slick, but not a little. I don't know if L can stand for a little. I think maybe they have to say a little lugubrious to indicate the letter L. Yeah. So we're removing the L from slick to get sick. Cyber-E- call out what some junk may be. Well, out can be an anagram indicator. So I think if you're new to cryptic crosswords, the biggest skill is being able to break up the words properly, even though call out sounds so natural to us, but to say, oh, how about if out is telling us to anagram the first 10 letters, and the definition is what some junk may be. Oh, I think it's recyclable. Recyclable. Yeah, I think that's it. All right, back to the Downs. Magnificent muesli in mix, bachelors ingested. I think the definition is going to be magnificent. We're going to anagram muesli. So we're going to mix that and it's going to ingest. We're going to put a B for bachelor inside it. And I think we get sublime. All right. How about poet? Husky in voice? Question mark. I'm thinking it is going to be a poet. Just not seeing one ending in L. Is it going to be LL? Y? LAY, LEY, LOY? Oh, of course, it can be a whole bunch of letters going in there. Who is a poet? And then husky. Husky, of course, could also be a dog. Maybe we put a word for a dog inside a voice. Oh, it could be say. So could it begin with an S? Yeah, and I don't think it would be SAE, so the A I think would have to come here. And then the husky would be something E, something L. Oh, let me pause, sip my coffee, and think on that. Well, of course, I realized the poet, of course, is Shelley. Oh, I think in voice is actually a homophone indicator, and husky, every man is taking liberties here. So it's like a husk. Well, a husk can be a shell, and so it becomes shelly, but only a homophone. So there we go. All right. Ripped off like a dart. Shafted. Yes. I was shafted, or the dart has shafts on it, so it is shafted. Here's, oh, so it's not diet, shrinking, baked good. It'll keep you, so is it some kind of exercise equipment? Shrinking. Oh, shrinking can mean shy, as in a shrinking violet. And I think backward can also mean someone who doesn't push themselves. So they're backward in going forward, as people say. A backward roll, is that an exercise movement? I can believe it is, but let's leave it for now. Oh, disruptive smoker, of course, could be an anagram of smoker. Yeah, I should have seen that. And we have irksome, meaning tedious. And here's they describe pupils' behavior, explosion, gunshot, etc. No, it is school pupils' behavior. Yes, I remember always having to bring my reports home from school. At one point, we had to get them signed by the parents so the school could be sure we were showing them. Luckily, I never had any trouble showing my reports to my parents. But anyway, and then yes, so it can also be used as a word for a loud noise, a report. All right, so inflamed, each, leches mostly, shown. Oh, I think each, yes, can be a pop. So in British slang, if you say it's, a pound each, it's a pound a pop. And then lech mostly is simply LEC, followed by our tick, and we get apoplectic. Now, I always thought that was somebody, I suppose it's applied metaphorically to somebody who's very angry or dismayed by something, with their eyeballs popping, veins showing they're apoplectic, but I suppose inflamed as well. Ooh, a miserable poet on the up I never looked at. Well, a poet is a bard, and backwards on the up it is drab. And here's we've had this tennis legend multiple times. Showing evidence of fire would be an ash, and energy is E, and so we get Arthur Ashe. Oh my goodness, all right. Well, I think fairly straightforward today. The only one I would question is billboards as hoarding. I don't have the ability to use the check all button, but I'm fairly confident in what I put in today. Anyway, I did enjoy it. There were some very clever clues along the way. Anyway, thanks as always for watching and have a wonderful day.